Alright, folks, this is Rekla, and with me again is Grindel, and he just informed me that he left an MMO early to cast with me, so I want to thank him for being here.
Did you just say that live?
Yeah, I said it live. Okay, so I'm going to give co-caster's choice and ask you, who do you think is going to win?
Can they not hear you? Because Gilbert asked about audio.
Testing, testing. Can you guys hear me yet? Can you hear me now? Okay. Alright, so
Confirms.
Tony confirmed for us, and we are going to start this off. So again, tell me who you think is going to win.
I want to lean towards red.
Why do we incidentally always pick the team with Ferg or Pixie on it?
Well, first of all, I'm Asian, so I have to vote for the communist team.
Uh-huh.
Second of all, you have an invoke. Isn't Martin an invoke? You have an invoker with the opposite alignment of Ferg, and that's a lot of damage.
I'll go ahead and list the names just so anybody who wasn't on tonight can see. That is Team Blue. That's an Assassin, an Armsman, a Shukenja, and a Scald. That's not a bad team. There isn't a lot of damage on that team. It's kind of medium to small races. But I am curious to know, you got a Bard, you got a Thief, you got a Warrior, and you got a Cleric. So that's fairly well-rounded. And then Team Red is Rumpton, who is a Pixie Invoker, Ferg, who is a Yin Assassin, Lewis, Kender Ninja, and Zola, Human Priest. It is important to note that, well, Zola has Holy Smite, but that's not going to hurt anybody on the other team.
That doesn't really matter.
If it were Rumpton on the opposite team, that could have an effect. But as it is, it shouldn't do that much. So I'm going to agree with you that I think Team Red will take this.
I just don't think Team Blue has enough damage output to kill Ferg or even Rumpton.
I think that's probably accurate, but
We'll see.
oh, this is interesting though. We might see some Shukenja spells at work.
Well, we could see.
Yeah, because Rumpton
That
is
spirit
on the other
protection
team.
has to be timed pretty
Yeah.
decently. You don't want to waste it.
Well, I mean, it's a novelty to me. I mean, I left for a few months and I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
I do want to say casting with me is
Well, based off that,
Grindel.
I'm gonna guess they did not protect against Rumpton.
Okay, so Rumpton is firing off some cones at the initial outset. They already have the Charmy up for the shoe.
Interesting. Yan Luo could be pretty good against Ferg because he's in magical weapons.
It's already coming into effect. He's already on it.
Yep. Another thing is Ashtide will keep them all deaf too, because in theory, if Ashtide flashes them, Zola will not be able to cure the deaf.
That's true.
If-
That's
as Zola
that's
cures
something
their-
I hadn't considered before. Is as an aerial assassin, it doesn't have that much going for it because it's an aerial, but you can blind and deafen the whole team. So
I'm curious how aerial assassins work out.
I just don't trust any mid races anymore. I mean, you and I both remember when Variac did pretty well in the AGL for himself, but times have changed.
Yeah, if you're not a large race hitter, it's sort of rough.
Does get a choke on the Bard, which is what you want to do as an assassin. Otherwise, it's pointless to choke the rest of the team. Ashtay already taking a lot of damage. That's the issue with aerial hitters, is just not a
Yeah.
lot of health.
I think they're almost at Wimpy already. There's Spirit of Retribution.
Mm-hmm. It's a really interesting spell because the save check isn't really present, but it's also easy to cure as long as you have a
Yeah.
clerical in there. Trace does take a blonde here. which is going to affect his choking ability for sure. Let me see.
Sagash is the only one that can cure
Oh
it.
man, that's tough. If potions of escape were legal in the game, it'd be a little different, but that could make a difference.
Yeah, they are not legal in ACFL.
Yeah, they are not legal. Yes.
Traces up.
Whale oils are though. It just takes
An aerial to get them pretty much.
Yeah.
Or a lot of patience.
A lot of patience. Yeah. I used to farm
Ashtai
them.
spellblind somehow. Aerial saves are usually pretty good.
They are. His poison does get cured as well. Wait, was that a poison cure or a curse? Wait, they don't have anybody who can...
Where did the Yan Luo go? Where is it? Dead? Oh, I don't think so.
Zola
gets the flag.
Yep.
Sagash is down.
Hey, we're seeing Dart at work.
It has been nerfed very heavily, so we'll see how well it works.
Well, yeah, you and I were talking about that earlier.
For good reason.
Okay, so my feeling about it was, I mean, I may take flack for this, but I think when you have a skill that you can essentially scan check with a dart, that's really, really powerful. So I did think that at least like a charge top lag had to be put on it.
I agree.
Trace
I don't know if you noticed this, but both assassins seem to be flashing like at the bottom of a tick, so it becomes sort of useless.
Yeah.
I guess it's sort of hard to manage in the arena sometimes.
It's not. I mean.
If
you're being nice, but you're supposed to flash on tick. That's what you're supposed to do in ACFL.
I know.
But I appreciate your. I know that's particularly hard for you to say.
Shut up. Oh, and Zolo uses the cardinal sin of using Firestorm. Never ever use that spell. It's so bad.
Well, Ashta is just taking cones at an already red.
I don't know. I think it would have been smarter to protect against Rumpton.
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
Sagash at the very least should have protected something.
Rumpton.
As Rumpton gets dispelled.
Was that a dispel? What's going on in this match? What's happening here?
Well, the only person who could probably be is Sagash.
Yeah, and he's an orc. What's up?
I don't understand.
Sagash is taking an enormous amount of damage. And that's just Ferg's melee pounding away.
Okay, the Yan Lu is in there. Do you think it's worth Ferg to just switch out of magical? Because he's hitting it a lot.
I mean, ideally you don't want to be on Yan Lu at all, but
Are we supposed to talk about mechanics? Probably not, huh?
We can talk about mechanics. I don't see an issue with it. But I mean, maybe. What I used to do was just ignore magical nouns altogether and go with like Hammer Tranoth or some combination of that, because then you don't have to worry about it. Just bypasses everything.
Don't tell them our assassin secrets.
Okay, all right.
That's what you use to get around dragon skins.
I'll hold off on it for now.
So Red does score once.
And I think you were right.
That's actually the first pixie dust that's gone out, I think. Curious why more hasn't gone out. Unless I just missed it.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it was important to him to get the cone damage out early. I mean, pixie dust is like, what is it, 1 round of lag? I haven't played a pixie.
0.5, I think.
Okay, so that's probably worthwhile for the potential effect that would go out. I didn't see if Ferg went for perforate in the beginning.
He perforated Trace.
Trace? Okay.
Zola has the flag again. I mean, if I was Lewis, I would just try to keep people choked in Dirt Cake, because Kenders will not do any damage, really. I don't even know if Shuriken is worth it.
I don't know. I mean, Ninja is a very niche class. You do have that range choke, which is special, but you don't have a lot of utility.
It's really all they can offer right now.
Yeah. So red is just going across. I think this is going to be... I mean, nobody is even hurt on red, right? So
No.
so Blue's only salvation would be that Rumpton maybe runs out of mana at some point after all those cones.
Looks like Sagash is carrying blinds now. I'm not sure why this add went to his shield.
Trey's still ticking away with that perforate.
I mean, it adds up.
It's I believe that Bodrum was right on the spot when he said he liked its utility as a BP skill. That is a lot of damage on that cone. That went through some saves. Ashtai does go ahead and die. Goes ahead and drops dead. See, this is just giving me nightmares about fighting Perithian Season 4.
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, I forgot you weren't playing that season.
Wasn't I?
Yeah,
I played every season.
No, there was a really annoying Bakali assassin.
Oh, yeah.
Who played, but he's gone now. So.
Yeah, poor him.
So this is going to be a pretty solid win from Red.
No, it should be, unless something magical happens.
Yeah.
They said, like, the blue team just didn't have the damage, really.
Sigash is cost fatalitying Zola, who is a priest. I don't agree with that, but maybe he's just...
Sigash just pixie blind now.
Oh, I see.
And Luo's absorbing everything. Such a good Charmy.
That's going to be handy in some respects.
Yeah, for sure.
But we haven't really seen how efficient Shukenja can be this match yet.
I think you have to have the right team to see it shine.
I think so too. And what made me curious was Stars was the first to get a Shukenja technically, because Sigash went ahead and reclassed. But what I want to see is if it's efficient against Stars.
Well, I think they mostly wanted a cleric replacement for Azula.
I'm sure they did, but they
have Fardock now.
Yes, they do, and that's going to come in handy as well. And what I find funny is I can see Flyke thinking about it and going, okay, I'm tired of dealing with Zudum and Brutes, so I'm going to get this priest with Holy Smut, and I'm going to get a Shukenja.
But then he got blacklisted.
And that's what I'm saying is the work was taken care of already. So a lot of stuff is going to change this season. A lot of the big players. Kid is also gone. Azla is gone, very unfortunately. So we're going to see a whole new set of teams here. The starting lineup, say especially Stars Longevity, is permanently gone.
I think a lot of the team dynamics are gone. Everything's fresh, and there's the match.
Yeah. And that was pretty efficient. We did not, as you said, Sigash didn't get to shine quite as well as he'd like, but we will probably see him at work on the 17th.
I wouldn't doubt that he's at work in the first week.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they can field him and Fardock. It has to be one or the other, right?
Right. So, I mean, who do you field against Brutes? Because that's who they're facing on the 17th in the new...
Well, depends who they draft, too.
It does, yeah.
They don't have ducks to them anymore.
And I do just want to say, because this is the first combine since the draft numbers came out, we are at 33 right now.
How many get picked? 24?
I believe 25 at this point. We're at 33, man, and we still have a couple of days left for people to sign up. I know some people haven't gotten to sign up yet, and we're looking at a draft on par with the first season, which was the hugest.
I'm still salty about the first season.
Right. I didn't play the first season, but it looked weird, and I remember admiring Durgan's play, and it partly inspired me to actually want to go in and play because he did such work for Stars that season.
I wonder how Stars would be different if they had a caliber, like an assassin caliber like him still.
I don't know, man. I mean, if
I guess it's a little hard because Bodrum likes to, go do his own thing.
I think he. Okay, this isn't a good indicator of how efficient a player is, but in addition to controlling that entire season, he averaged like 13,000 damage a match, and it was astounding to me that he didn't get voted in as an All-Star, because he in my opinion was probably the MVP of that whole season.
I'm pretty sure Flake said that at some point too.
Did he?
I don't know, maybe not.
And I'm not discounting Amrock and all the other huge players, but he was such an enormous force that season.
That was before Bodrum was a serious force too, I think. So
yeah, it was
he
indeed.
had to do more. Yeah.
But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here. This has been a short stream, but I am going to work shortly, so
Maybe we'll get another cast in before the next. We've been having these casts pretty often.
Yeah, and I think that's good. We want to drum up interest, right, man?
I'm gonna go get drunk and go beat your typing record.
Good luck.
And then I'll be friends with all those people you don't want to be friends with.
Good luck with it. I just hate those guys. It's like, let's have a topping party, guys.
Oh my god.
Why do you add me on Facebook after that? I don't understand.
Wait, did they really?
Yeah, they did. He just added me, and it's like...
Oh my god.
I mean, we don't share any interest other than
Did
our
you show a
fingers
picture
move
of
quickly.
him smiling at you?
No.
Like, the typing
I'll link it under the broadcast.
Oh boy.
This is the guy. Yeah. So that's going to be it for the cast, and I want to thank Grindle again for sharing network time with me. And thanks for logging off your
we don't talk
terrible
about
game, your awful game that you should
I was
never play
playing
again.
checkers.
Yeah, he's playing checkers. He's playing solitaire.
Yeah.
All right, thanks again, and we'll see you guys soon.
All right. Good night, guys.
All right.
Bye.